Hello guys, what is good? Mariana here. Haven't posted in a while. I'm gonna try to post more. Today we're gonna talk about an amazing lens that I got. Secondhand, kind of a budget lens at $65, 60 euro price tag, but it has surprised me a lot. So if you want to see that, stay tuned and let's get into it. Alright, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start with the cons of it about this lens, and then I'm going to go with the pros. So a little bit about the cons of this lens. And by the way guys, I'm going to make this review a little bit faster than other reviews you might be used to it, because I do not want to take too much of your time. I just want you to understand if this lens is good for you or if it's not good for you. First con is the fact that it's completely plastic built. But for a lens this old, I'm going to try to investigate when was this lens created, and I'm going to put it in the description in the comments below, of course. But for a lens this old, a plastic build is not that bad, especially within the pros. I'm going to get to that in a second of this lens. Second con. This lens is amazing, but the fact that it at 200 millimeters, it doesn't focus quite right. Meaning that if you're trying to focus a subject or anything at 200 millimeters, it will get out of focus very easily, on and off, on and off. Third con, that is quite a con, but it's a little bit of a pro because it's not as bad as I thought it would be, is the fact that this lens has a little bit less than I expected, but it has a little bit of chromatic aberration. But at this price point, I can definitely not complain about it. Let's get to the pros. First pro about this lens is that the fact that it is a plastic build, but it's a quite sturdy lens. It is a lens that is quite heavy if you hold it in your hands. It's quite sturdy, but you can also feel the fact that it's well built. Second pro is the fact that this lens is very good when you go up until 200 millimeters. If you have a Fujifilm, it's great. Color accuracy is great for working with the presets that you have inside of the Fujifilm camera body. If you're using a Sony camera, you'll be able to understand that the color accuracy corresponds to what Sony is best about, which is, in my opinion, flat images. You take the image, you put it on your computer, you can do whatever you want with it. So for Sony and Fujifilm, the color accuracy on this lens is actually pretty good. When it comes to Canon bodies, this lens has amazing color accuracy, especially because, in my opinion, Canon bodies in photography, right off the bat, as soon as you shoot it, have amazing color accuracy. This Canon mounts Tamron Lens, it's actually pretty amazing, the color accuracy that comes with it. But beware, up until 200 millimeters. Once you get to 200 millimeters, it's the fact that it's going to be blurry in and out all the time, and you're not going to be able to shoot anything. Next, I want to go around a few questions that I think could be extremely important if you're trying to photograph professional work with this lens. Professional work with this lens, I would say it's a no-no, at least for my opinion, of course, due to the fact that this lens cannot go up to 200 millimeters. And if you're shooting a wedding, a baptism, or anything that you need to be in a bigger venue, like a really wide space, and you have to be at 200 millimeters, it's just not gonna work. For that, I recommend a wider aperture lens that is a little bit more expensive, I know, and I recommend something that at 200 millimeters does not fail. With that in mind, this lens for me and for professional work would not do the job for me. But although if you are starting photography or you're doing any type of work that is more like a hobby for Instagram, for, TikTok, whatever you want to do, that is not professional work, that you have to deliver work to a client, I would definitely say it is really good, especially for beginners. Why? It will give you the best gist on color accuracy, how to deal with chromatic aberration in certain scenarios, in different scenarios, and especially it will also teach you a very important lesson. One of the best lessons I had to understand: focal length. It will teach you how to deal with focal lengths. It will let you know where to position yourself in different scenarios, different situations, with different focal length. How that will give you different perspectives of photography and how you'll be able to position yourself later on when you have a better lens, a better camera body, and you're doing either services for clients, client work, or you're just doing hobbies. Overall, it's amazing to start off photography. So this is definitely a beginner-friendly lens. Alright guys, so we're reaching the end of the video. If you need help choosing a better lens, or this lens, or any lens that you're thinking of buying for different scenarios, either client work or anything like that, if you want, leave me a comment below, because I will be helping you guys how to, choose the best lens for your specific subject, for your specific type of work or hobby. So I'll be truly happy to help you out with that. If you like the video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, as that means the world to me, and it will help me reach more people who might want to see and need to see, because they're starting off photography or something like that, videos like the ones I do. Stay well, stay safe, and I'll see you on the next one.